Let's talk about the next story here from That Park Place. Bob Iger says that Walt Disney and his legacy shouldn't be revered. When I heard about this, I thought this is insanity. Bob Iger cannot help himself. I just have to say, he has no idea how out of touch he is with the mainstream Disney audience, and I think he is probably the worst thing that has happened to the Disney brand in 50 years.
Yep.
When I saw this quote, I was like, there's no way. This has got to be out of context. So that I started doing my research for this article, and I was like, nope, he said it.
Yep. He also called Walt's apartment. He said, yeah, you need a little kitsch in your life. He called Walt's apartment and the things that are in Walt's apartment kitsch. He also, what did he call the original Pirates of the Caribbean? Did you say it was quaint?
He said it was not brilliant storytelling. It was just brilliant execution.
Yeah, not brilliant story. They've massively improved storytelling. Rise of the Resistance is the pinnacle of Imagineering culture.
Well, I mean, there's practically no shape language in Pirates of the Caribbean whatsoever.
I don't know.
There's only one shape.
There was a great shape there, and then they changed it, and they gave you a different redhead.
Yeah. And as if people can't understand that the redhead being attractive to the pirates, that's a bad joke. We can't make that joke. But let's read this story out of That Park Place by Marvin Montanaro from this morning, when Bob Iger, current CEO of the Walt Disney Company, openly says that the legacy of Walt Disney should not be revered. Longtime fans understandably take notice. In a new interview featured during The Rest is History's We Went to Disneyland with Bob Iger video, the Disney chief offered a striking comment about the company's founding vision. Discussing his early days as CEO, Iger remarked that he found the culture surrounding Walt Disney too reverential. Yeah, that was...
This quote, because the quote is coming up right here, it confirms everything we've ever heard about Bob Iger behind the scenes.
Yeah. Let's read that quote. I found when I got the job that the interest in Walt and in Disney's past was much too reverential, Iger said. And while there's value to it, I felt if you revere something, then you tend not to want to touch it. You almost want to put it in a museum case for it to stay exactly as it was. Let's respect our past and not revere it. So later on in that same interview, or one of the many sets of interviews they do, by the way, Marvin, you obviously watched it. Culture, did you have a chance to watch the very stilted interview that Bob Iger had with these two gentlemen?
Culture.
I'm going to take that as a no.
The video that's embedded in here, Jonas, is actually time linked to that moment where he says it.
All right. Let's click the button and see what happens.
Well, I found when I got the job that the interest in Walt and in Disney's past was much too reverential. And while there's value to it, I felt if you revere something, then you tend not to want to touch it. You almost want to put it in a museum case for it to stay exactly as it was then.
It's not what Walt would have wanted.
Absolutely. Let's respect our past and not revere it. Let's not let it get in the way of innovation and continuing to evolve as a company, which I knew from everything that I've studied about Walt, and I continue to. The first thing...
Okay, I just have to point out that he says, I continue to study Walt. I don't think he actually studies Walt Disney. I think that's something that the CEO of the Disney company has to say, even if he's the kind of guy who rolls his eyes at Disney. I think he's got a few pat statements that he makes to make him look like he's actually good at his job, but he's stiff as a board the entire time. The only time he even remotely comes alive is when he's talking about sports or talking about some celebrity that he's talked to. I don't think that he is actually good as a CEO of this company publicly, unless he's talking to a Wall Street person.
Jonas, did you notice what he said about Walt's legacy, though? It has value, meaning like it's marketable. Like that's he sees it as currency. Like he's so. This is the thing. Yes, sometimes you need a corporate bean counter to be the head of your company, but the Disney company also had visionaries. They also had people with creative vision who cared about the actual creative direction. Showman. Bob Iger is not that, and he's proving it right here. I mean, and it's one thing when you say something like this when you're talking in like a shareholders meeting, or you're speaking to somebody from Wall Street. You're speaking to two guys on a YouTube channel who basically talk about the history of things. And you're just like, yeah, no, like get a little flowery here, Bob. Please turn the showmanship up, maybe just a little for once. Maybe take a lesson from Michael Eisner, who you hate.
Right. Exactly. Well, this is one of the things that Michael Eisner supposedly destroyed the Disney legacy, and he had problems, but those were problems that were only apparent relative to the quality of the work that he had done in the past. The Disney DVD sequels have done much less damage than the Disney live action remakes have done under Bob Iger. And forgive me, there may have been one of those that came out while Bob Iger was while Michael Eisner was at the company. I'm trying to think when the first one that we count.
I think the first one. I think the first one was 101 Dalmatians, which may have been Eisner. But
yeah, but I would count that differently. It wasn't in this current CGI driven one. I would say Alice in Wonderland is the one that really started the current trend.
I would say Alice in Wonderland and Maleficent. I don't remember which one came first.
Yeah, Maleficent might count in all of this, which is of course, I think that was trying to get some of the Wicked momentum there from the idea of Wicked and the Broadway play of Wicked, not obviously the musicals that came out this year and previous year. So looking at this, I think these rest of the history guys, they're Star Wars fans and they're history fans. I don't think they know a ton. They might actually know more about Disney than Iger does, because when Iger is going through this entire thing, I think that he's stiff as a board. He's not really showing that he has an interest in this, and he hands it off to other people. This lady over here knows everything about this office immaculately. So why don't we hand it to her? He hands it off and stands there awkwardly many times during this interview.
Correct my memory here. They're in Walt Disney's office here, right?
Yeah, one of the two offices. And this is the only thing that I actually learned here in looking at this. First of all, they've already got Zootopia 2 artwork that was in the background of one of the shots. Amazing how that worked out. I wonder if anybody switched that out. Is that Disney had the ceremonial office and the actual office. They look similar. One of them has the piano in it, and that's the one that supposedly Richard and Robert Sherman would go every night, every day at 4:50 p.m. and they would sing the song, and they knew the song was Feed the Birds. I don't know. I hate to throw shade here. That just feels like Disney legendarium more than something that actually happened every day.
I feel like Bob standing in that office is just like, ugh, it's so pedestrian. There's not even a shower in here.
That's actually what I was hoping to find out, is like, are they going to show Bob Iger's office? Which I think it would be very revealing to show Iger's actual office here. Because I want to know, okay, well, how big is that office? Because I imagine it's massive compared to Walt's office.
I was thinking about the Bob Iger with the shower in his office the other day, and I'm like, that means that at least 2 times a day, Bob Iger is nude in the Disney Disney headquarters.
Those 2 shower days where he shows up, he exercises, then he takes a shower, and then he has to take a shower because he's getting dressed for a big event. Those are the 2 shower days, the kind that you just work yourself to death and never see your family, right? Those are the good days at Disney.
Look, I'm just going to add my 2 cents here and say that what your statement earlier is 100% right. This guy is disconnected from this company in the worst way. He's disconnected from fans. He's disconnected from the Disney lifestylers. He doesn't grasp the larger picture. He's revealing he's not as big a picture guy as he has always tried to portray himself as. His focus on sports is obviously revealed here. But at the same time, I don't think he even understands how detrimental recent events in sports have been to his brand and his company when they took less than 24 hours to replace their last betting partner.
Yeah.
in sports. So it's revelatory that he doesn't hold Walt in high regard. And it's been the exact opposite presentation by all the shills for such a long period of time that I think he's going to lose favor amongst the pixie dusters.
Well, let's hope he does. I mean, at this point, all that they have left are they're more like him every single year that this company does what it does. They're the only people that will be left are those who are interested in the IP and not so much interested in the actual history of Walt. The people who want to know, oh, well, I know the secret thing. I've been in the secret place. I've been to, looking at how many experiences right now the company is focused on that are paywalled. Like Disney Destiny. Okay, well, you can't just buy a ticket. You got to go over here. Oh, well, Geo82. Oh, well, you can't just buy a ticket. You got to be over 21 and get a reservation. It seems like everything that they're pushing for at this guy. Oh, yeah, if you want to do this right, you better get Lightning Lane. It just feels like there is the base level experience and they're trying to upgrade you to premium. And that's really the legacy of Bob Iger when it comes down to it. He's a man who does not revere Walt Disney. He should revere Walt Disney. And I think the company would be in much better straits if they actually did. You know who did revere Walt Disney? And he left the company around 2018?
Michael Eisner.
No, that would be 2005. 2018 was John Lasseter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lasseter.
I totally agree. If they had a creative CEO and also a business CEO, which is the way that this company has always been successful with a two-handed approach, and I'll count Iger and Lasseter as a two-handed approach. When this company is under one single person, it always seems to fail. So
yeah, but I mean, he gave people hugs at the Christmas party, though.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's for too long.
Yeah,
too long. He went almost to 10 Mississippi. You can't do that. You got to have a 5 Mississippi hug. Yeah.
And those Hollywood people cannot stand a good hug. I will say, I don't think Lasseter was perfect, but that should have been an HR meeting, not a firing. So.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.